Hey, what's going on, y'all? Happy Sunday. We back again. It's the Big Steel Podcast, the greatest. Y'all know who it is.
You know, it's Joe and Skip, Big and Skip. Once again, NFL playoffs, Super Sunday.
Super Weekend NFL playoffs.
Man.
Where do we start?
Well, first and foremost, before we even get into the obvious, I just want to say that the first game was a blowout, bro.
First game was a blowout.
It was it wasn't even worth watching. Like, what did they?
So let's kick it off with the first game that we saw yesterday. Seahawks at 49ers. It's not really much to talk about in the game that happened yesterday. You know, Seattle.
They were overmatched.
I think Seattle, the way they got into the playoffs, they got away with some calls against the Rams, and they ended up winning the game. And, you know, I don't think that should have happened. And then people were saying, you know, it's hard to beat a division rival 3 times. And the first half of that game, you know, I thought Seattle was real comfortable on offense. I don't think our defense did what they were supposed to do in that first half.
Nah.
But then the second half rolled around, and then we had to show Seattle that they didn't belong.
Of course. I mean,
you know, I got some
Brock Purdy. Shout out to Brock Purdy. I mean, I feel like it would have been the same thing if Garoppolo was there.
I don't want to take nothing away from Purdy. No. Go ahead.
I don't want to take nothing from Purdy. Mm-hmm. But as I've said on numerous of our podcasts, coaching matters. And Shanahan is a great schemer. He's a great coach. Mm-hmm. And a lot of quarterbacks, for whether it was short term or long term, they owe their success to Shanahan. So Purdy is doing good with the prerequisite parts that's around him and with the prerequisite play calling that's around him. Uh-huh. So I don't think that he's any better than Garoppolo. I think y'all would get the same results with Garoppolo and not the same results with Trey Lance.
I don't understand.
Trey Lance is y'all third string quarterback.
I don't understand this love for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm glad you brought that up. You are of the check down, running game, be boring and win.
I want real football, the way it used to be. I formation and real football, not this what we have today and today's. And it started. I made reference to this in one of our previous podcasts. Today's NFL quarterback is like today's modern athlete in the NBA as well. They're running college plays and college sets for these individuals to have a name and be able to exist in the NFL. They're not running a pro-style offense. So with that being said, they got to simplify it and minimize it on top of the fact that there's less continuity because there's no hitting, preseason less, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not shitting on Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy did a phenomenal job. He's done a phenomenal job. Just as Cooper Rush did a phenomenal job. Cooper Rush, your backup quarterback to do what Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush wasn't putting up Dak Prescott numbers.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
no,
they're doing their job.
No,
that's what you want to get from your backup quarterback.
No, you like game managers. Let's just put it out there. You like game managers. That's what you like. Pro style
it's not
offense.
About game managers. I don't think because the guy has a big arm that makes him a great quarterback. Or if you have a vertical passing game, that makes your passing game dynamic.
It does make your passing game dynamic.
Not a vertical passing game. That was a lot of short.
No,
short
are you crazy? They got
a lot of yard after catch,
and they had a lot of vertical yards too.
They did
a lot. But that's what made it the greatest show.
They threw a lot of short slants, out routes.
You know what made that offense the greatest show on turf? The vertical passing game. That's what made it the greatest show on turf. Not the short, intermediate yards after catch plays. That doesn't make your offense dynamic. That's basically get the ball to your playmakers and let them go make a play. And if they make a play, all right, great.
But without Randy Moss, that's what Tom Brady has made a career off.
Exactly. But you notice his best season when he had a vertical receiver he could throw the ball down the field to, right? His career year throwing the ball was when he had Randy Moss. What was Dante Culpepper without Randy Moss? Nothing. What was Donovan?
I didn't think too highly of him.
What was Donovan McNabb without Terrell Owens? Wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Wasn't the same.
I get what you're saying. You got to have that
you have to have
ability.
You got
to build up to that because, as you said, If you keep running the ball, you're gonna get predictable. If you keep throwing the ball down the field, you're gonna get.
I'm
predictable.
not saying keep throwing the ball down the field. I'm saying you need to have that threat of a vertical passing game.
Totally agree.
If you don't have that threat of a vertical passing game, defenses could jam up your receivers.
Right.
If you have a threat of a vertical passing game, I dare a cornerback to jam a receiver. Once I get past you, I'm gone. I'm just gonna run a go route. You can't keep up with me.
Michael Irvin made a career off of not being a vertical threat, but
Michael Irvin was a vertical threat.
I'm not saying he wasn't. They got their shit between the numbers on the hashtag.
Yeah, they did, but they were vertical threats. They were every now and then. I'm gonna run a go route past you
for sure.
And I got a quarterback that can get me the ball. Troy Aikman,
Des Bryant too.
Des Bryant. All these guys are big receivers that were vertical threats. Their forte was the intermediate game, running routes, 10-yard catches, yards after catch. Yes, that was their game. But they were vertical threats. The reason why, getting back to the 49ers, their offense is more dynamic now, besides the obvious reason of having Christian McCaffrey, is that they have a vertical passing game now. Because they have a quarterback who could throw the ball down the field to Brandon Ayuk, to Deebo Samuel, to George Kittle, to Jawan Jennings, to Ray McLeod, who's probably the fastest receiver on the team. They have that threat now. So now you can't just say, oh, we're going to play back. They can have these little short yards here. We'll just jam them once they catch the ball. They don't have that no more. They have, if we play back, they're going to go it underneath. If we jam them, they can run past us now because they have a quarterback who can throw the ball down the field. Where I'm going with this, I seen a stat yesterday. You like stats, right? Jimmy Garoppolo had played 6 playoff games. You know how many touchdown passes he got?
8.
Nope.
5.
Nope.
3.
4. Brock Purdy has played 1.
So what is more important, the stats or the wins?
But the wins is important.
All right.
But when teams say, I'm going to make you beat me in the passing game, and you got a quarterback that can't beat you in the passing game,
right.
Teams can't say that. My point is teams can't. Oh, the rest of that is Brock Purdy had 3 touchdown passes yesterday.
And a rushing touchdown.
And a rushing touchdown. So 4
something Alex Smith also did.
So he had 4 total touchdowns yesterday. Jimmy Garoppolo has 4 in 6 playoff games.
I get it.
Oh.
Does he have a rushing touchdown?
Who?
Jimmy G.
Probably. Maybe 1 or 2. Now, that's another stat I saw yesterday. Brock Purdy had 331 yards passing yesterday. Only twice has the quarterback had more passing yards in a playoff game. And both times it was Joe Montana. That added element, that's what makes the 49ers more dangerous than what they were 2 years ago with Jimmy Garoppolo. Than what they were when they went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo.
So who do y'all play next week? Or who would y'all play next week?
It depends. Because if the Giants, who are winning right now, by the way.
Wow.
If they beat the Vikings, then we get the winner of the Cowboys-Buccaneers game.
Hey, I want to see that.
If the Vikings win today,
y'all play Philly.
We'll play Minnesota, and then the winner of the Cowboys-Buccaneers game go to Philly.
All right, now
because the lower seed,
even if y'all continue to win, if he struggles and don't play like he did this game, are you still going to be as high on him?
Yes, because I expect him to struggle. Every quarterback struggles. He's made minor mistakes that haven't cost the 49ers a game.
Right.
But I'm sure at some point, I hope it don't happen during the playoffs, but I'm sure at some point he's going to have a game where he's going to throw a monumental interception or have a monumental fumble that's going to cost us the game. Happens to all quarterbacks. Every quarterback has had that moment where they thrown an interception that cost them the game, had a fumble that cost them the game. It happens. His time is coming. I just hope it don't come in the next 3 games.
Man.
That's all I'm saying.
So what's the difference between Brock Purdy and Cooper Rush?
Cooper Rush is a game manager. They didn't let Cooper Rush just sling the ball. They just said, go out, minimize your mistakes, keep us in the game. Our defense is good enough. Make the right reads on offense. We'll win.
That's how it started off with Brock Purdy.
And that's what happened. It is how it started off with Brock Purdy until they saw, wait a minute, this quarterback can move in the pocket. This quarterback can get the ball down the field. He could make plays that to this day, ain't never seen Jimmy Garoppolo make.
So what is your knock on Jimmy G? What is your biggest knock on him, or something that if for some reason he did come back to be your guy starter, which I doubt, but
he won't, not this year. They already said if he comes back, he's Purdy's backup. My biggest knock on Jimmy Garoppolo is that he doesn't. I can't depend on him to go out and win a game. Like he did it against the Saints that one year. That's the only time I ever seen Jimmy Garoppolo say, "I'm gonna go out and win this game. I don't care how bad my defense is playing. I don't care how bad the running game is. I'm gonna go out and win this game." I've never, outside of that one game against the Saints, I've never seen Jimmy Garoppolo do that. The year we went to the Super Bowl, we won no games, and Jimmy Garoppolo in that divisional game against the Vikings, in that championship game against the Packers, threw a total of 18 passes. 18 in 2 games.
Well, he balled out in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, until the fourth quarter, when it was time to go win the game.
You can say that, but you can also say that your defense didn't do what they were supposed to.
No, the defense didn't do.
They let the Chiefs come back.
The Chiefs did. The defense did not do their job. I get it, but like I said, I like a quarterback that says, "I don't care how bad my defense is playing. I'm gonna go out and win this game. We're not losing this game."
Right.
That's the Aaron Rodgers in his primes, the Tom Brady in his primes, Ben when he was with the Steelers. They always had a bad defense. But Ben used to go out and win these games. I'm going to go out and put up 45 points and make sure we win this game. That was Drew Brees. I'm going to go out and put up 41 points and make sure we win this game. That was the greatest show on turf. Kurt Warner was going out putting up points, knowing they had a bad defense. That's the quarterback that I like. A quarterback that I know on any given Sunday could go out and make sure my team puts 40-something points on the board, 30-something points on the board. That's not Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo is, I need my defense to do their job and the run game to do their job. I'll minimize the mistakes. We'll go out and score 24, 25 points, and I know that'll be enough because my defense is only giving up 15, 16 a game. That game against the Raiders in week 17?
Yeah.
We looked horrible on defense. Jimmy Garoppolo don't win that game.
That's a TBD, man.
He don't win. He don't win that.
When he got hurt, when he got hurt, y'all were doing well.
We were doing well.
Right.
But we were also, you also got to understand when he got hurt, right? Let's go back. After the game we lost to the Chiefs, where we got stumped, we played the Rams. Second half, Rams didn't score. We played the Chargers. In the second half, Chargers didn't score. We played the Cardinals. In the second half, Cardinals didn't score. After that, we came home, and I think we played the Saints. The second half, the Saints didn't score. And then the Dolphins was the game Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. Right. So those 4 games that we were winning, our defense gave up a total of 0 points in the second half. In the Saints, we shut them out the whole game.
What does that have to do with the offense?
My point is that the defense took care of those games.
Right.
What we got on offense was a plus. I'm not saying that to say Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't playing well. He was playing very well. But he didn't have to
playing some of the best football of his time in the Niners.
The best football since he'd been a quarterback, period. Yeah. During that stretch. But we didn't have to say, Jimmy, go win these games because our defense was being that dominant. So,
with that being said, right, the 49, even though what y'all got going on with Brock Purdy right now, his teammates love him.
Absolutely.
So it's like, it's not that bad.
It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, to me, Brock Purdy has played. This is the best quarterback play we've gotten since Kyle Shanahan has been our coach. Period.
All right, now, on to the second game on the menu. Sorry, Staley.
Jacksonville
You should be clearing out your office right now.
So, that, for those of y'all that don't know y'all history that well, that was the third biggest comeback in playoff history. The first one was that Bills Oilers game back in '92. The second one was that Colts Chiefs game.
It wasn't Alex Smith's fault, by the way. They had a rash of injuries, and the defense collapsed.
They had a 38-10 lead and lost.
That wasn't Alex Smith. The defense.
They had
the other comeback also is Super Bowl where Tom Brady and the Patriots came back against the Falcons.
Yeah, but yesterday was bigger than that.
Yeah, it was.
Because
that was the Super Bowl.
The magnitude was bigger, but the point differential, last night's game was third. 27-0 lead.
Man, somebody's getting fired, man. That's all I know.
27-0.
Crazy.
And the defense in the first half did his job. The defense in the second half didn't do his job.
Not at all.
Not at all. So,
and the defense is the coach's specialty.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because our favorite Justin Herbert hater, Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah, man. Mike Williams didn't play, bro.
He pinned that loss on Justin Herbert, saying the defense did his job. This is an argument that I was having this morning in my chat. And I'm going to get to why we was having that argument, because that was applied to the game that just finished. The defense, it said that the defense got stops, right? First half, 3 interceptions, 4 turnovers, 5 for the game. Yet Jacksonville still scored 31 points. So my question is, how is that getting stops? You had 5 turnovers and still gave up 31 points. So was your defense really that good? Because you still gave up 31 points. You forced 5 turnovers, you should win the game. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts.
It's no.
5 turnovers and they lost. 27-0 lead and lost. So how good really was your defense? Your defense gave your offense great field position after all the turnovers.
Right.
But when you didn't get turnovers, you couldn't stop them from scoring.
Man, that's crazy.
So I'm confused.
Very much. I mean, you know, as you said earlier, the Chargers charged.
The Chargers going Charger.
But I don't blame none of this on Justin Herbert.
Some about those LA teams with the initials are LAC. Chargers, Clippers.
I don't.
And blowing leads.
All I know is that yesterday, if Mike Williams would have played, the outcome would have been different. I feel like that, yeah, the Chargers should have won. There's no excuses. But at the end of the day, they gave up 31 points. And the coach is a defensive coach.
I just said that. You got all these turnovers. You shouldn't give up those kind of points. Like you really shouldn't. You should.
Whoever wins the turnover battle wins the game.
That's how it's supposed to be. You win the turnover battle, you win the game. And when you win the turnover battle 5-0, you shouldn't lose. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if the Chargers had any turnovers last night. I don't think they did, but that's a lot of turnovers to force and still lose the game. Justin Herbert outplayed Trevor Lawrence in the first half by a lot.
Yeah.
By a lot. But in the second half, Trevor Lawrence redeemed himself through, 3 touchdown passes or 4 touchdown passes, whatever it was, and they won the game.
Justin Herbert should not.
Oh, and Joey Bosa, a yard makes a difference in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Every yard makes a difference.
Probably not in the regular season, but in the playoffs, every yard makes a difference. If Joey Bosa don't do what he did, because I don't know if you watched the game, but basically on the touchdown,
I didn't see the second half. Okay, I thought it was over.
Okay, so on the touchdown that the Jacksonville Jaguars scored to make it 30-26, the Jaguars was about to line up for the extra point, or I'm sure they probably were just gonna go for the extra point to cut it 3, but Joey Bosa got mad because the officials missed a false start on the Jaguars, and they did. But it wasn't called. So he got mad and he slammed his helmet on the sideline. He wasn't off the field. They called unsportsmanlike, half distance to the goal. So now they moved the ball from the 2-yard line to the 1-yard line, and then the Jaguars went for 2 and got it, which cut the lead to 30-28, which made for the field goal that won the game.
So if not for that, they would have
kicked the extra point. And then let's just say it plays out the way it plays out. You kick the field goal tie, send it to overtime. But that.
So do you think they should have called the penalty?
I mean, it was a penalty.
Or was it a stupid play on his behalf?
On who?
Bosa.
Oh, a stupid play on Bosa. You don't do that. You know the rules. The rules is you don't take your helmet off on the field.
Oh, all right. I thought you were saying that they penalized him because he slammed his helmet.
No, they penalized him because he took his helmet off while on the field.
Oh yeah, man, that's been the rules for a long time.
Yeah,
bro.
you don't do that. That's a rule. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna be a rule.
It's a player safety rule.
Player safety rule is gonna happen, but that was an idiotic play by Joey Bosa, and that among other things cost them the game.
So my question to you is, right, since we're on the subject of this, I just have a quick question, right? For player safety reasons, they don't want the guys to take their helmet off. But let's just say a player like let's say a play like when Jason Witten when he was running without his helmet, right? Or a guy snatches your helmet off.
That's different.
That means the play should stop right there.
I mean, if you want to do it by the rule book, yeah, the play should stop right there. But if a helmet comes off and somebody just pulls your helmet off or whatever, they not gonna stop the play right there. It's gonna keep going. But because of the rule, because of player safety, yeah, if your helmet comes off, play should be dead. I agree with that. So, gonna be a long off season for the Chargers, man. Brandon Stokely needs to be fired. Sean Payton is out there.
Man, they need to get one of these. I don't want to wish that on us, but our offensive coordinator for the Cowboys is sought after. So maybe Kellen Moore might go over there. You never know.
He might.
Hopefully Jerry throws some money at him and make him stay.
I mean, people are talking to him. They've asked to interview Kellen Moore. So they've asked to interview Kellen Moore. They've asked to interview Dan Quinn. He's an option.
I don't think he's gonna leave.
I don't think so either. But he's been an option. Mike LaFleur was an option, but he's going to the Rams after offensive.
He's going to the Rams? I thought he was going back home.
He's going to go to the Rams. No, you talk about Matt LaFleur. That's with the Packers.
Oh, I'm thinking about Nathaniel Hackett. He's going back to Green Bay.
Yeah, he's going back to Green Bay. He could go. But Matt LaFleur is the Packers coach. His brother, Mike LaFleur, I think was with the Jets or something like that.
Yeah, he got fired.
Yeah, he got fired. So now he's going to be the OC for the Rams.
Also, North Turner's son got fired.
Yep. So, I mean, there's some options out there for the Chargers, but they need to throw the kitchen sink at Sean Payton. They need to give that man whatever he wants.
It's not even about what he wants. It's about what the Saints want.
Whatever the Saints want, you can have it. We need Sean Payton. If I'm the Chargers, we need Sean Payton.
So, is that game with Buffalo final?
Oh, yeah, that game went. Let's get into it. That game went final. The Bills beat the Dolphins 34-31. So
you can't really take much from that because for one, Tua didn't play. I think if Tua played, they still would have got beat. But like I said last week, it didn't kind of.
I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you say that. Say that again.
What happened?
Say that again.
Oh, if Tua would have been there, they would have lost.
Cool.
I
just want to put that out there because I'm sick of people acting like Tua is this god quarterback and he's not good like that. I'm saying it again. He's not good like that.
And he's not durable.
Tua not good like that.
Other.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying he trash. I'm not finna say he weak or anything like that. He put up his numbers. He got 2 top flight receivers, all this stuff. But acting like this dude is god quarterback, nah, bro. He not good like that to me. Jalen
Hurts has proven why he's the better player.
Better than Tua?
Yeah.
It's an argument for another day. But, I mean, Jalen Hurts got weapons around him just like Tua got weapons around him, and his numbers inflated with the weapons he had around him.
Yeah, it did, but also, and I'm a Cowboy fan, so I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I'm not no hater, right? The boy ball.
Who?
Hurts.
Yeah, he does.
He was out there looking like a combination of Mac 5 and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
out there.
Yeah, he could play.
He had the defenses spooked because.
Yeah, he did.
Bro was running. He getting jiggy out there. And his passing got better. And his weapons got better. So it's like, I don't want to give it all to his weapons. With Hurts, I'm going to say he's developed, bro. He's had time. And Coach Sirianni has done a great job with him.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Not taking nothing away from what they've done this year. They are out of bye week, so we not,
But back to Buffalo, man. I expected Buffalo to win. I expected it to be in a more dominant fashion.
I did too.
But
that's the only thing I'm disappointed with Buffalo because I thought they were going to beat the brakes off of Miami today.
Well, Miami's not bad.
Miami's not bad, but
they just need to improve in the quarterback room.
Yeah, with a third string quarterback, I just didn't think Miami was going to keep the game close like that. But
so
they
was
kept
it Teddy?
Huh?
Teddy didn't play?
No, Teddy didn't play. Skylar Thompson played. Wow. They kept the game close. So I'm kind of shocked that Miami kept it that close. The reason why I'm not saying that Tua would have made a difference is because all the games were close this year. The game that Miami won, it was 21-19. The game that Buffalo won, it was 32-29. So I don't think Tua would. I think if he played, it would have been a close game, and I still think Buffalo would have won because the game was at Highmark Stadium, whatever the name is, in Orchard Park. It was and it was in Bill's house. The Bills are not losing their home game. The Bills don't lose at home in the playoffs. They don't. Except for one
the Vikings
time.
was about to lose at home.
Well, it's the second quarter, and we'll get to that game in a minute. It's second quarter. So Buffalo won today, and they'll play. It's kind of tricky because they need to wait for the outcome of tonight's game.
Who plays tonight?
Cincinnati and
Cincinnati plays
and
tonight. I thought
Baltimore.
they had all right for sure. Hey, that's gonna be
because if Cincinnati wins tonight, then they'll go to Buffalo, and Jacksonville will go to Kansas City. If Baltimore wins, then Jacksonville is going to Buffalo, and Baltimore is going to Kansas City. So gotta wait the outcome before they see who they play next week. Just like San Francisco need to wait the outcome to see the outcome of this game, to see who they play next week, or if they know who they're gonna play next week. Because, like I said, the Giants win, then they gotta wait the outcome of tomorrow night's game. So
if Jacksonville winds up going to the Chiefs, and the future goes up against the present, what do you think that outcome would be?
Kansas City's gonna win.
Really?
Yes,
By far or by a lot?
probably by a lot.
So
I don't think Jacksonville not ready for that. Like, they ready for the Chargers because, Chargers injuries and
they may not be ready for the Chiefs offense per se, but can't the Chiefs stop
I don't think
the young prince?
I don't think the Chiefs is gonna stop them like that. Like, I don't think they're gonna shut down Jacksonville, but
They can't sleepwalk through this one.
that offense is different, man. That Kansas City offense is different. Oh, by the way, Patrick Mahomes led the league in touchdown passes and yards without Tyreek Hill. But you said he put up his numbers because of Tyreek Hill.
I've been saying for the last 5 years, and this is the only comments I'm going to make on Mahomes, other than us talking about the playoffs during this podcast.
He led the league in yards without Tyreek Hill, though.
As long as he has had Kelsey, Hill, Hunt, the enemy, Reed, he's been successful.
Okay.
So as long as he has some of that around him, at the end of the day,
but he only had one.
I don't even have nothing to say.
He only had
if
one.
He wins the MVP, hats off to him.
He's going to win the MVP.
Whatever the case. They won't win the Super Bowl. They won't be going to the Super Bowl.
The only reason why I agree with that is because I picked Cincinnati to come out the AFC. That's the only reason why I agree with that.
That's a good pick.
But Patrick Mahomes proved that it ain't about the talent around him. He's just that damn good.
Justin Herbert is that good. Trevor Lawrence is that good. Joe Burrow is that good. Josh Allen is that good.
Ain't none of those.
They don't have none of the stuff that Mahomes has, coaching staff wise or playmaker wise. So
Sean McDermott not a good coach.
For the defense, him and Leslie Frazier,
Doug Peterson not a good coach.
Yeah. He's from Andy Reid's coaching tree.
But I'm saying,
so Andy Reid again.
But you said you said these other quarterbacks don't have what Patrick Mahomes.
They don't have a Kelsey. Kelsey is going to the Hall of Fame.
Stephon Diggs not going to the Hall of Fame.
That's TBD right now. He's got to keep doing it.
Are you serious?
He's got to keep doing it.
Are you serious?
He's got to keep. How long has he been in the league? 5 years, 4 years. That don't make a career. That don't make a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Look, in my line, it's a lot of guys that's been waiting that was great.
So Stephon
they ain't made it to the Hall of Fame. Torrey Holt is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
You really about to tell me Torrey Holt was better than Stephon Diggs?
You really about to tell me Torrey Holt wasn't better than Stephon Diggs?
No, he wasn't. No. Torrey Holt wasn't even the best receiver on his team.
Torrey Holt put up a record, bro.
Torrey Holt was not the best.
1,000 yards.
Torrey Holt was not the best receiver on his team.
That's debatable.
You really think Torrey Holt was better than Isaac Bruce?
Not in the beginning.
Not period.
But at the end. Not at the end.
Yeah, when Isaac Bruce got old.
I'm just going off of the numbers and the stats.
So you seriously think Torrey Holt was better than Isaac Bruce, basically?
I like Bruce, so I don't even want to get into that one. But I'm not going to say Diggs is in that. Diggs or any of these young athletes, they have to. This is the same thing I say about these NBA guys, bro. you gotta finish your career. You can't just start off like vroom and then you gotta keep it going.
No, I understand you got to keep it going, but to say Stephon Diggs ain't been that guy.
He's been one of those guys. Okay, then, but he's got to continue to.
Yeah, but
not like Kelsey.
No, you said that these quarterbacks don't have what Patrick Mahomes have. Yes, they do. Justin Herbert got that. Josh Allen got that. Jalen Hurts got that.
I feel it.
They all got that. You know why Tua looked better than what he really is this year? Because he had that. He got that. Kirk Cousins got that.
Who had never had that?
Dak Prescott got that to an extent.
Andrew Luck never had that.
So Andrew Luck never had Marvin Harrison?
No, that wasn't Marvin Harrison. That was T.Y. Hilton.
Okay.
He had Reggie Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's what it was. T.Y. Hilton, that's what it was. I keep saying Marvin Harrison. He had Reggie Wayne and T.Y. Hilton. And who was his running back? I don't know. Was it Edgerrin James?
No, hell no.
Who was his
running? Edgerrin James left and went to Arizona.
He had a big time running.
They had Trenton, the dude from Ohio State, the one that Jim Brown said he ain't gonna be nothing.
I'm just saying Andrew Luck had talent around him too, and won one playoff game against the Chiefs.
How much talent did he have? They whooped that boy. He couldn't come out the corner no more.
Ain't my fault he didn't have an offensive line.
Right.
Because that's what happened to him. But he had opportunities. He had talent at the skill positions. And
that he did.
And won what? One playoff game? That they had to come back and win? Or maybe two?
Right.
But we comparing him to somebody that done been to 2 Super Bowls and won one of them. Where's the comparison?
The comparison is, right? Patrick Mahomes is successful because of what he has around him. Just like early in Kobe's career, he was successful because he had the Diesel and Phil Jackson.
So Kobe was successful only because he had Phil?
I said early in his career. I'm not talking about his individual game. Mr. Bryant is awesome. But I'm talking about the championships, the success. That part.
Okay. Kobe won without those guys. Well, without Shaq. So
he did.
So it kind of just.
But he had.
But it kind of.
LO and.
Yes, he had talent around him.
Yeah.
But Kobe was that dude. And even when he played,
but you can't compare Mahomes to Kobe. That's two different.
But that's a conversation for another day. I don't even want to get into that because that's a conversation for another day. Patrick Mahomes is not good just because he has talent around him. He's good because he's fucking good.
So my question to you is the same question I asked everybody else. Why wasn't he drafted number 1 overall? Why wasn't he drafted before Baker Mayfield or anybody in that class?
Baker Mayfield.
Why don't I know who this guy is?
You know who he is. You just don't like him. Baker
I never heard of him when he was in college.
Because you didn't watch college football enough. Because I did. A lot of people did. A lot of people knew who this man was at Texas Tech.
Why he didn't win the Heisman Trophy?
Because Baker Mayfield was a Heisman Trophy winner.
Right.
He played for fucking Lincoln Riley.
You're proving my point.
He played for Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley breeds
Baker
Heisman.
Mayfield is better than him? Wow.
Baker Mayfield is not better than him. In college, he was better than him, but Patrick Mahomes was not weak in college. Like I said, Lincoln Riley breeds Heisman quarterbacks. That's what he does. Ask Caleb Williams. He breeds Heisman quarterbacks. But what has Baker Mayfield done in the NFL? I'll wait. Since he's better than Patrick Mahomes, I'll wait. What has he done in the NFL?
We speaking strictly on the class of guys that came out when Baker Mayfield came out. Patrick Mahomes wasn't a top 10 quarterback.
And Patrick Mahomes is better than all of them right now. All of them. Who came out that draft class?
Baker Mayfield.
Patrick Mahomes better than him.
Josh Allen.
Patrick Mahomes better than him.
Lamar Jackson.
Patrick Mahomes better than him.
Deshaun? No, not Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Might have been in that draft class. Regardless, Patrick Mahomes better than him.
I just don't see it, bro.
Well,
I don't.
You about the only one that don't see it because everybody else see it.
Like how I didn't see it with Tim Tebow, I didn't see it.
No, because Tim Tebow not good like that. That nobody saw outside of Skip Bayless. Nobody saw it with Tim Tebow after college. He one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time. I'm not going to take that away from Tim Tebow. The stuff he did at Florida was crazy. He just didn't do none of that in the NFL. Everybody talk about that one play with Demaryius Thomas. That was a catch and run. Remember? Yards after catch? Catch and run? The same thing you get on Patrick Mahomes about? I'm not giving credit to Tim Tebow for that. He threw about a 10-yard pass that Demaryius Thomas ran the other 60-something yards, 70 yards for a touchdown. Catch and run is on the playmaker, not the quarterback. It's just the quarterback gets credit for the yards because he made the pass.
So, you mean to tell me that Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, sitting behind Alex Smith, a veteran who he's given credence to and said, he taught me the ropes of how to be an NFL quarterback, getting to sit on the bench for a year and watch a pro do it, and having these great skill players around him, you don't think that added? It's like a person is born into wealth. They're going to be successful because they have a lot of shit around them to make their path to success easier.
Yeah, and you have to take that advice, that help, that whatever it is, and you have to apply it to what you need to do on your own to get to that level. You have to do it yourself. You still got to go out there and perform.
I like Matt Ryan. You see what he is without Shanahan.
I do see what he is.
What would Patrick Mahomes be without Andy Reid?
Patrick Mahomes is better than Matt Ryan. What's your point? What you're saying is not making no sense. Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than these guys.
Patrick Mahomes is not better than nobody. Patrick Mahomes has a great ensemble cast around him.
So did Alex Smith.
He's like Ant-Man.
So did Alex
Ant-Man
Smith.
is good because he has Tony Stark and Thor and Captain America with him.
So did Alex Smith. Yeah, the same.
And they lost in that playoff game that we spoke of earlier because injuries happened. Jamal Charles got hurt, and the defense let the coach come back.
You know who would not have lost that game? Patrick Mahomes. Let's go to the other game that's going on right now.
So you say.
So I know. I'm just saying. He wouldn't have lost that game. You know what game Alex Smith would have lost? That game last year between Kansas City and Buffalo that went to overtime. Alex Smith would have lost that game. But Patrick Mahomes didn't. Anyway, about your Minnesota Vikings that you swear by, because you swear
like Kirk Cousins.
Because you swear by Kirk Cousins like he's that guy.
I got a soft spot in my heart for him.
Why?
I want to see him succeed.
Why are they losing right now then? To the Giants.
He don't play defense.
But he played offense. They only got 7 points.
Hey, tell Justin Jefferson to do his get open. I don't know.
Well, whether he get open or not, the quarterback got to give him the ball.
What's the running back's name?
Dalvin Cook?
Yeah. He need to get cooking.
What do you mean he need to get cooking? It starts with Kirk Cousins. Starts with
look at the stats.
Let's look at the
stats for this game since they down.
It starts with
because y'all started off down and then y'all wound up winning.
We never started off down. We was up 10-0. We didn't start off down, sir.
So when I was at the swap meet yesterday, y'all was down, bro.
What, 14-13, 17-16, 1 point? We started out 10-0. And then we let them get back in the game, and then we showed them little kids they didn't belong with us. Excuse me while I'm trying to get my glasses on here. I can't see. All right, let's look at the stats of this game here. Box score. Let's see. Daniel Jones is 10 out of 13. Jesus Christ. Pretty good, Daniel Jones. And he got 72 yards on the ground.
Wow.
Good job, Daniel Jones.
White Vic.
Kirk Cousins is 11 out of 14 for 117 yards.
No turnovers?
No turnovers. It's been no
touchdown though.
No touchdown. The touchdown.
What about Cook?
He ran a touchdown in.
All right.
Kirk Cousins.
All right. What about Cook?
He got 43 yards so far.
What Jefferson doing?
Jefferson got 37 yards so far. So not much.
Hey, I don't know what's going on there.
I tell you what's going on. Minnesota not good like that. I told you they're overrated. I told you that. They're overrated.
Like somebody else.
No, like nobody else. That team is overrated. That is an overrated 13-14.
I'm not a Minnesota Viking fan.
I came into the playoffs saying I don't trust Minnesota. They're going to struggle with the Giants, and here they are struggling with the Giants. Now, I'm not saying that to say the Giants weak. Giants were weak, it would be in the playoffs. But nobody outside of New York, and the Vikings just scored a touchdown. Nobody outside of East New York picked the Giants to win this game.
They backed in.
But yet, here they are winning the game.
So, who would you rather have seen? The Lions or the Giants?
Don't matter.
I would rather have seen the Lions.
It don't matter. We would have beat whoever. Like, I don't care who got the 7th seed, or if we would have finished 3rd and played the Giants, we would have beat whoever.
Yeah.
So it really didn't matter if it was the Lions.
No, I'm talking about you.
The,
I'm just saying.
I didn't
as
care.
A fan.
As a fan, I didn't care. To be honest with you, as a fan, I wanted Green Bay because I wanted to send Aaron Rodgers home again.
All right.
I wanted the Packers.
I feel that.
I wanted the Packers because I'm like, we beat them all the time anyway, so let's beat them again. Like, they're not going to come into our house and beat us. That wasn't going to happen. We would have beat them the way we beat Seattle yesterday.
Right.
You know, shout out to the Seahawks. Y'all put up a fight in the first half. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was up by 1 at halftime because Jimmy Ward made a stupid mistake on Geno Smith and got that personal foul penalty for hitting the quarterback late. And then y'all kicked the field goal. Y'all was up 1 at halftime. And y'all was feeling good about yourselves and all that. And then the second half, we showed y'all didn't belong here. Anyway.
So do you think that this was a 1-year blip for Geno, or they found their new quarterback?
I think they found their new quarterback. Geno Smith had a great year. I think Seattle's
going
going
for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, team record, whatever it was. I don't know. Something. I think it was a team record. Yeah, he broke some of Russell Wilson's record. So I think Seattle's going to re-sign him, make sure he's there long term, and let's roll with Geno Smith. I like what they did. You know, they got a rookie.
It matches the style of play Pete Carroll want to do.
Yeah, they got a rookie running back in Kenneth Walker who's decent. You know, so they got DK Metcalf. They still got Lockett. So bring it back, run it back. See what they do next year. They still not messing with us, but see what they do next year. Now let's talk about the upcoming games for Super Wild Card Weekend. We got Baltimore and Cincinnati later on tonight.
I'm going with the Bengals.
No Lamar Jackson. They said both the other backup quarterbacks going to play. It's going to be it's probably going to be another game like Miami Buffalo, 2 division opponents that know each other well. They split the season series. The last game, Cincinnati kind of roughed up Baltimore, but I think Baltimore kind of beat up on Cincinnati the first game. So
LJ was playing.
Yeah, exactly. So I picked Cincinnati to make the Super Bowl in the AFC because I think that they're the best team from top to bottom, offensively and defensively. I don't think the Chiefs are good defensively. They just are that damn good offensively. Buffalo showed some flaws today. They just played the team now playing their third-string quarterback, which honestly ain't no excuse because Seattle played a team playing their third-string quarterback and still lost bad. But Buffalo showed some flaws on offense. Their defense, like I said, ain't been the same since Von Miller got hurt.
Right.
So it's kind of easy to score on them. Like a better offense would have beaten Buffalo today. Especially, here we go again. Like I said earlier about the Chargers, forced 5 turnovers and still lost. Miami forced 3 turnovers and still lost. Miami also had 2 turnovers because they quarterback threw 2 interceptions that I remember.
Right.
So, I don't know. I got Cincinnati winning tonight.
What about tomorrow? How about those Cowboys?
That's the game that I was looking forward to tomorrow is Dallas and Tampa Bay. Y'all supposed to win that game.
Yeah, we supposed to send Tom Brady off to the Raiders or to a retirement home.
Y'all are the better team. Y'all are supposed to win that game.
Yes, but guess what, Joe? It's been plenty of times over the Tony Romo and Dak Prescott regime and over the last 26 years that we were supposed to win and we were the better team. And guess what happened?
I know that.
Guess what happened?
You lost. I know that.
To quote the great Denny Green, they are who we thought they were. Mm-hmm. Or what everybody else want to say. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We give Stephen A. and the rest of the trolls and haters ammunition. It's just like me, I'm cautiously optimistic. I ride or die with my team. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I'm saying this right now. If we lose this game, I'm buying a Dak Prescott jersey and we going LeBron. We going full on LeBron. I'm gonna record me burning this shit and throwing it in the trash. Because it's just like, what more can we like at this point, what more can you expect? What more can as a fan, or me if I was Jerry as a businessman. At this point, you gotta go into panic mode. Like, we can't win with this guy. We need to start looking in another direction. Like, we need to start looking into restructuring this contract or trading this guy and trying to get some assets for this guy. Because at this point, it's like, how many more times? That's like a woman getting to the altar and the dude saying, I can't do this, and walking away. How many times are you going to let that happen? Or how many times is you as a dude going to propose to a woman and they tell you no?
So are you telling me that if Dallas loses this game on Monday night, that Jerry Jones should trade his franchise quarterback for assets?
I'm not saying
that's what you just said.
I'm not saying that they should immediately looking in that, but it's got to be a thought. I'm looking at it as a realistic fan. It's like, okay,
why is
we're paying this guy money to do a job, and I hate that I'm even saying this, but it's like Shady says to Dave Hellman, how can you keep defending this dude and he keep throwing picks, bro? It's like I can't,
no,
bro.
You
I
can't.
can't. I can't. Like,
no, you can't do that. It's a Dak Prescott problem. But my whole thing is, why is it every time a player does something bad, especially your franchise player, the first thing is, let's trade him for assets? What are we talking about here?
We're going to keep the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing. So we're going to keep being mediocre or keep beating up on middle of the pack or bottom of the feeder teams and getting smacked by the teams we supposed to be competing with.
So who are you going to trade him for who's going to come in and take over that position and make y'all be able to beat the top tier teams?
That's the same thing I asked about the Raiders. Why they let Derek Carr leave?
The Raiders, they're going after Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a quarterback.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G ain't going to help them beat top tier teams, but Tom Brady will.
46?
What, Tom Brady?
I'm saying by the time next season starts, he'll be 46.
Okay. What's your point?
Hey, what I'm saying is,
I may get some slack for this. I'll take 46-year-old Tom Brady over Jimmy Garoppolo. Especially
because of accomplishments, I can't argue that.
Especially if Tom Brady beats the Cowboys tomorrow night. Especially if that happens. If
we lose tomorrow, also, Mike McCarthy, they need to take him out back and yeller his ass.
They need to do something, but they already said they're not gonna let him go.
Man, all right.
He's gonna be Jerry Jones is standing by Mike McCarthy, just like Swagoo is talking about, Mike McCarthy has won 12 games in back-to-back years. When's the last time that happened for the Cowboys? My question is,
what does that mean?
Exactly. My question
stats.
is, when did the Cowboys come about winning 12 games in back-to-back years? We talking about an all-time franchise. We talking about the most expensive,
franchise,
most popular,
in sports,
most hated franchise. I don't know. I'm not gonna say in the history of sports because the Yankees exist. But
no, I'm talking about right now. They're the most valuable franchise in sports.
Oh yeah, they are the most valuable franchise in sports. They're among the most hated in sports.
Yeah.
This team is about championships. The Cowboys are not about winning 12 games in back-to-back years. They don't care about that. So yeah. I don't understand Swagoo. The Cowboys won back-to-back 12-game years. So what? What? So,
hey, you want me to tell you what that's about? Let me tell you something, right? I don't know if anybody's ever made light of this, but I'm a real Cowboy fan. Everybody that's played for the Cowboys, past or present, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Swagoo,
mm-hmm.
Michael Irvin,
mm-hmm.
Moose Johnson,
mm-hmm.
Troy Aikman,
mm-hmm.
Emmitt Smith at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They all got jobs in the media.
Yep.
So nobody want to talk bad on the Cowboys because that's going to fuck up their connections. It's a money situation. Swagoo know when he come to, he going to get Cowboy tickets. He know, hey, just like how when Tim Hardaway fell on hard times, the Miami Heat organization looked out for him.
They took care of him.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where that's coming from.
I understand all that, but the truth is the truth. Back-to-back 12-win seasons don't matter.
It don't.
For the Dallas Cowboys. That matters for a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New York Jets, the Washington Commanders, the Detroit Lions.
The San Diego Chargers.
They're not San Diego, but the Chargers. like back-to-back 12-win seasons matter for those type of teams. That don't matter for teams like the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Steelers,
the Packers.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter for those teams because those teams are about rings, Super Bowl wins, not 12-win seasons.
I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, you can't just relegate it. I mean, it's definitely for those, but that's the end of the game. The championship, like Charles Woodson said earlier yesterday, when they was talking about the Lamar Jackson situation, he like, man, it's win time. He like, Michael Vick was like, I played with a sprained MCL all season. Put the brace on, bro. They not looking at it as he not trying to fuck up his money though.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get paid.
Yeah, because he hasn't got a contract yet. That's why I understand what he's doing.
At the end of the day, you know, I just feel like everything is all situational, you know. But with that, let's get into some NBA, man. How about those Lakers and that epic collapse the other night against the Mavericks?
That wasn't an epic collapse. It was not an epic.
Whose fault was that? The coaches? Shout out to Paul Lee. He said it was the coaches.
It was. Because, number one, you don't put Dennis Schroeder on Luka Doncic. You don't do that. Now, granted, Luka Doncic hit that shot he hit at the end of regulation that tied the game, and that shot he hit at the end of the first overtime that tied the game, that's just Luka being Luka. He does what he does. He dribble, step back, shoot a long three, it goes in. Harden. That's Luka being Luka. But here's where Darvin Ham messed up. Luka Doncic in that first overtime, they called what was a take foul on Russell Westbrook. They went back and reviewed it. They changed it from a take foul to a flagrant foul. 2 free throws and the ball out of bounds. You know what Luka did? He stepped to the free throw line and missed both those free throws. Luka Doncic is barely a 70% free throw shooter. So, I'm the coach. If I'm Darvin Ham.
Put him in the line?
Thank you. I got a 3-point lead. You know the ball is going to Luka Doncic. Soon as he get the ball, I'm fouling him. Put him on the line. Make him make 2 free throws. It's a high possibility he's going to miss one of them. I'm going to put, after the first free throw, I'm putting Thomas Bryant in the game. I'm putting Wenyen Gabriel in the game. LeBron James, I'm saying get your ass on the free throw line and rebound the ball. LeBron, you box out Luka. Wenyen Gabriel and Thomas Bryant, y'all go rebound the ball.
Right.
Because if we grab the rebound, they're going to foul. We go knock down a free throw, we win the game. But no, let's play this defense out and let Luka play around with Dennis Schroeder. Even if you're going to go that route, we putting Dennis Schroeder on Luka Doncic?
So why didn't you put Bryant on him?
Tell me. Like, I'm not going to get into blaming the refs because they missed a foul on Troy Brown's 3-pointer because they said he got the ball and then there was high five. No, you look at the replay, he missed the ball and hit his forearm right here. That's a foul. The end of the game 2-minute report showed that LeBron at the end of the first overtime drove to the basket and got fouled by Christian Wood. Should have went to the free throw line, shot 2 free throws. We're not going to talk about those. We're going to talk about the defensive assignment that Darvin Ham did at the end of that fourth quarter and the end of that overtime, where you have Dennis Schroeder on Luka Doncic. They ran the same exact play. We're going to get Luka Doncic on a curl to come get the ball, let him dribble to the top of the key, boom, step back, 3-pointer, tie game. What are you doing?
Well, here's the thing, bro. You can't just blame the coaching staff. Like, Paul put up a post and I commented, I said, you can blame the coaching staff, but it started at the top. Rambis and Pelinka, they hired the coaching staff. They put the players on the team that we have. So with that being said,
we could talk about that all day.
It starts at the top.
We could talk about that all day, but we'll be here we will literally be here all day talking about how dumb this fucking front office is.
So you don't think we should have hired Darvin Ham?
No. I like the Darvin Ham hire. Darvin Ham has been great for us this year. I like the hire. It's just there have been some decisions that he made that's cost us about 5 or 6 games this year.
So what's the difference between him and the coach that we just had?
He made some decisions that cost us games. Frank Vogel. Yeah. He made decisions. He had rotations going that weren't smart. Like playing Carmelo Anthony at center. That's not smart.
No.
That's not, no.
In today's basketball,
it's not smart
ball.
Defense. You don't put Carmelo Anthony at center against Nikola Jokic or
They
Joel
should've kept-
Embiid.
I mean, in today's NBA, if he was still playing, he's a 5.
Yeah,
I mean, a four.
on offense.
A 4.
Yeah, on offense that works because he can stretch the floor. You put him at the 5, you put him at the 4. But when it comes to defense, Carmelo Anthony ain't never been known as a defender. So you really gonna play him at the center and tell him, hey, I want you to go out there and guard Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's gonna score 60 on Carmelo Anthony. Just like I said, Frank Vogel made terrible rotations last year. My issue with Darvin Ham this year, and when you play all these small guards, and I've said this before, and tell them, hey, I need you to go guard Kevin Durant. What? You want Patrick Beverly to go guard Kevin Durant? The last time I remember Patrick Beverly guarding Kevin Durant, he had 51. 51. I remember when we played Boston this year, and they had Patrick Beverly and Dennis Schroeder guarding Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum had 40 that night.
No, I get
40.
I used to think Patrick Beverly had
why are
defense.
you not?
Like Russ said, he had me fooled.
Dennis Schroeder has defense.
No, not Schroeder. I'm talking about Patrick Beverly.
No, I never. No, he has his moments on defense, but he's not what people say he is on defense. He's not. I'm sorry. That's not what Patrick Beverly is. But like I said, you can't put nobody that's 6 feet tall on somebody that's 6'6", 6'7", and say, go out there and make it difficult for him. What? Give me this ball on the block. Watch out when they lay up. Like, what are we doing?
I don't know, bro. I just feel like that we'll be better when Davis comes back, but what's our ceiling? What's our, like...
It's not a champion.
Like our ceiling, our ceiling with everything the way it is, with the way Bron's playing, and with a healthy, like, let's just say when Davis comes back, you don't miss no more games. What is our ceiling? The second round at best?
Maybe second round because I don't like the roster around them. And let me not say I don't like the roster around them. If Darvin Ham plays it right, then maybe we could make some more noise than second round in the playoff. Because you play Thomas Bryant next to AD, I love that move. If you get AD back and all of a sudden say, you know what, we're gonna start AD at the 5, and we're gonna bring Wenyen Gabriel off the bench to back up AD, and then we just gonna bury Thomas Bryant on the bench. Like you can't do that with the way Thomas Bryant has been playing lately. You cannot do that. That's another thing. I don't know if Thomas Bryant fouled out that game against Dallas, but I didn't see him in the fourth quarter or the overtimes. Why?
I get it.
I didn't see him out there. Like, unless he fouled out, there's no explanation as to why he wasn't out there. Another thing, when you get Lonnie Walker back, when you get Austin Reeves back, you already got Troy Brown. They need to play more than Schroeder. Maybe not Schroeder, because Schroeder gives us offense. But he needs to play more than Patrick Beverly.
So
he needs to. Russell Westbrook, you bringing him off the bench.
They're not playing Lil Scotty more, or he not ready.
He's in the G League.
Wow.
And then
they dumped him down?
And then, he needs to get playing time. And then another thing, too, is that they're giving a lot of time to Max Christie, and I get it, but Max Christie has been getting cooked out there. The game against Sacramento, he got embarrassed. The game against Denver, he got embarrassed. The game against Dallas, I don't understand why they started him and said, all right, rookie, we're going to give you the start tonight, and your assignment is guarding this 6'6", 220-something pound guard who keeps the ball on the string and who we've seen embarrass Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. But you go ahead and go out there and guard him. Like, where's the and I get it. I think the reason why it happened is because of injuries. Again, you don't have Lonnie Walker, you don't have Austin Reeves, but you had Troy Brown, you had LeBron James. And this whole thing, you want to save LeBron James so he can play on the offensive side and let him play center field on defense. But it's like when you got a guy like Luka Doncic, something else they did.
Okay, so why didn't they put Russ on him? Why didn't they put Russ on him?
Something else they did in the fourth quarter.
All right.
They did, and it worked. Until that last play of the fourth quarter where they put Schroeder on him and he knocked down that 3 over Schroeder. Another thing that I didn't like the Lakers, what they did was they double teamed him. So Tim Hardaway is wide open all game for threes. Spencer Dinwiddie is wide open all game for threes. I don't know who else because Finney
They don't
Smith,
have nobody else.
because Finney Smith is out. But all the other Reggie Bullock is wide open all game for threes. So it's like you leaving Christian Wood open all game for threes. So it's like you're double teaming Luka Doncic off of shooters. Granted, Luka is good. He's good. I'm still saying, listen, let's play this man 1-on-1, put a bigger wing defender on him, and see what he do with it. If this man beats us single-handedly, you take your hat off to him. It's Luka Doncic. He's that fucking good. But you don't double team somebody with his court vision. It's like double teaming LeBron James. You don't do that. Because he's going to find the open man, and the only thing that's going to need is for the open man to knock down the shot. And Dallas has a team full of shooters. So why are you double teaming Luka Doncic? That was another mistake Darvin Ham made. Having them double team this man. You don't do that.
So the strategy of some other coaches where they like, we're going to flush the ball out of his hands and let the other guys beat him, you think that's a dumb strategy?
It's stupid to me. It's dumb as shit to me. Portland didn't do that last night to Luka Doncic, and it worked. They put one guy on him, and I forget who it was. Might have been Josh Hart, might have been Anthony Simons. I don't know. But they put one guy on Luka last night, and it worked.
All right. I
got
an example, and I know you're going to have a comeback for this. I got an example of where somebody got flushed, and they let Shaq have his buckets, and we wound up losing.
Detroit Pistons 2004.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it works. It don't always work, but it does work sometimes.
Yeah, but you also get no. I get what you mean by that, but that was a primary defender on Kobe. Tayshaun Prince.
No, they was triple teaming that dude.
Yeah, they was, but at times it was a primary defender on Tayshaun Prince. It was, on Kobe, it was Tayshaun Prince.
A lot of the time it was Rip, Tayshaun, and Chauncey.
No, majority of the time it was Tayshaun Prince. They didn't have to really double and triple team Kobe like that, but they did when they needed to.
Yeah. Coming off the bench, they threw Darvin Ham at him.
Yeah, they threw everybody at him. They said, we're going to throw different bodies at him, but the primary assignment of Kobe Bryant is Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah.
And it worked. We don't believe Shaq could beat us like that anymore, but we know Kobe can. So we're not going to double, triple team him every time he touches the ball, but we're going to make it hard on him every time we touch the ball. Because whenever he drive into the paint, then we're going to send bodies. I get it if you do that with Luka Doncic, but at the top of the key, when I'm dribbling behind the three-point line and send a second defender, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey man, I wanna have it, since we off subjects and we talking about basketball. Shout out to my big cousin. He always says that if we would have gave Shaq the ball more in the finals, we would have won. He says that Luke Walton and the rest of the players kept giving the ball to Kobe and he keep missing shots. And I'm like, bro, Shaq averaged 30-something points in that series.
No, he didn't. He averaged 26.
Well, somewhere around there. He had a great series.
He had a good series.
Right. So with that being said, I'm like, oh, if we would have kept feeding Shaq the ball and giving him the ball more, I'm like, we would have lost worse. I said we lost 4 games by 15 plus points. So let's just say Shaq averages 40 for that series. That don't mean we're gonna win. What do you think on that?
I don't think Shaq. Ben Wallace was really, really good defensively.
Very.
So I don't think Shaq, if we dumped the ball into Shaq, he may have averaged 30, but I don't think we would have won that series on Shaq averaging 30. I just don't.
Bro, we got gentlemen swept, and the only reason why we was in the series is because Kobe made that lucky ass shot.
Kobe made that shot in game 2.
I never forget it because my guy G Greasy came over here and he had a bet on that series. Who you bet on in that series, bro? You bet on Detroit?
He bet on the Lakers.
He
bet on the Lakers, probably.
Yeah,
he bet on the Lakers that series.
He came by my house.
The one time he bet on the Lakers and lost.
I ever bet in my life, man.
Man,
I bet a whole check. You feel what I'm saying?
oh, we.
Yeah, man.
I thought you bet a couple of hundred.
The one time
I did that overtime on that motherfucker too, man. I had to get my whole check up on Friday, man.
The one time he bet, he bet on the Lakers.
Yeah, man. I just knew for sure they were gonna win that motherfucking shit. Only thing I remember is "Let's get it started."
I hate that song. To this day, I hate that song. To this day, I hate that song because fucking Detroit.
Yeah, man, that was the worst song.
To this day,
I can't stand that song to this day. Just like Joe said.
I hate that damn song. Every time I think of that, let's get it started. I think the 2004 finals.
Hey, that reminds me of white chicks too.
It does, but the first thing I think of when I hear that damn song, 2004 Finals.
Oh, I just want y'all to know.
Our ass.
I just want y'all to know, for all our music fans, listeners out there, a quick history lesson. will.i.am was saying, let's get retarded in here, but because of consideration for special needs,
they changed
people,
they
changed the lyrics in the song.
Yeah. All right. So we at the point in the show. You know what time it is. We about to start. What we about to start doing, Greg?
Get on their head.
You already know. Go ahead, Skip.
Staley, I hope you got your hefty bags ready. I don't want to see nobody get fired. But if you're not doing your job, Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy, it comes a point.
By the way, the Giants just scored again.
It comes a point. Hey, it comes a point, like my boy Ye said, on last call for alcohol. It comes a point where a man got to make that transition to the next point of his life and to the next point in the game. So, Staley, you're not that guy for Justin Herbert and the Chargers. You've done a great, valiant job.
Agreed.
Your defense failed the young quarterback in the making.
Agreed.
And Ancho, please stop hating on that man.
Agreed.
Please.
Agreed.
You go ahead, bro.
I need all the Kyle Kuzma haters. I need y'all to apologize to Kyle Kuzma because y'all said that man was trash, that he was garbage, that he became an LA dude because all he cared about is his fashion. And yet this dude is in Washington destroying it. He just put up 40 the other night. I think that's his career high. No, it's not. He had a 40-point game with the Lakers. I think he did. But ever since he's been in Washington, he's been killing it. He's been showing y'all that he ain't trash, that he wasn't just whatever when it came to all the young guys on the Lakers. I stood behind Kyle Kuzma. I'm still standing behind Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is a baller. And I just need y'all to apologize to Kyle Kuzma because he's showing y'all that he could really play. And y'all looking real stupid right now saying he was trash. So
I want to get on the Raiders organization head. What are y'all thinking in getting rid of Derek Carr for...
I'm still confused about that.
For Jimmy G or Tom Brady.
Wait a minute, don't act like you saying Jimmy G like you don't like Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not about to let you get away with that.
I'm going somewhere with this, right?
All right.
Now, I like Jimmy G, but I don't think he's better than Derek Carr. Tom Brady is about to be 46. So, at this point in juncture, if Tom Brady is still playing, then that means that they need to let Terrell Owens come back. So, how much stock and credence can you give to somebody that's playing a physical sport, a younger man's game at 46? How much longer do you think that the bibbity bobbity boo and the performance enhancing drugs or whatever else he's taking with his Tom TB12 method? Because I don't see no other 46-year-olds playing professional sports nowhere.
I want you to keep that same energy if the Buccaneers beat the Cowboys tomorrow. Keep that.
I told you what I'm going to do if we lose. I told you what I'm going to do. Go back to the Raiders.
I'm not talking about what you're going to do with Dak Prescott. I'm talking about your energy for Tom Brady right now. So back to the Raiders.
Yeah, back to the Raiders. The Josh McDaniels is proving that he's a coordinator. It's proven that he can't win. Like, for them to have to go get former Patriots players in order for him to execute his offensive scheme, that just goes to show that he needs to go back to New England. He needs to call up Bill and be like, hey, big homie, I need to come back. Because the only reason why it looked good a little bit against y'all is because Stidham knows how to run the offense. And the reason why they're trying to go after Tom Brady and Garoppolo is because they're former Patriots. They're familiar with his scheme. This is the reason why I'm saying that. Why you was trying to get on my head about the situation with Garoppolo. Schematically, they match up.
You like game managers, so I'm just saying.
I like structured football, the way it used to be. I like structured basketball, the way it used to be. Where not all these threes,
the game evolves.
And it goes through the post, and it's played the way Dr. James A. Naismith intended it to be. Not
the game evolves. Shots. The game evolves.
Not the mid-range game disappearing.
The game evolves. Everything evolves.
Everything that evolves don't evolve for the better.
So you telling me
We had just
So you're telling me the
before.
game is not better now?
No, it's not.
To you, it's not.
It's
To you, it's not better.
It's too more toward profit and it's too more toward entertainment, not toward what it used to be.
You ever heard the phrase sports and entertainment?
Sports entertainment is WWE, and
No,
WWE
I
is
said
fake.
Sports is supposed to be entertainment. What are you talking about?
Sports is not. It's
What is it supposed to be then?
Sports is
oh
beyond
my God!
entertainment.
What is it supposed to be?
It's
if it's not
therapeutic.
Why do
It's
therapeutic
It's therapeutic.
Why do people go to the games? Is it not entertainment?
for entertainment? We don't go.
You
Hey, man,
understand?
I'm not
Some
paying,
small
bro.
towns in America,
I'm not paying,
some small towns in America, that's all they got is their high school football team and shit
Bro.
like that. That the whole town.
We
shit
were
now
talking
is
about.
that
We
shit.
talking earlier
It's
about.
entertainment.
We talked earlier about Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills. Right, they just won their game today. You know what other sports teams they got besides the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo? Nothing. So guess what? Their entertainment is the Buffalo Bills.
So you
People
mean
don't. Let me ask you this
they cut
question.
and paste
Hold on.
and edited the
Hold on.
rules.
No, let me ask you this
Why
question.
the football tickets so high?
Let me ask you this question. You said sports is supposed to be therapeutic, right? If you go to a Dallas Cowboys game, are you going there for somebody to talk to you mentally? Are you going there for somebody to tell you something therapeutic? No, nigga, you going there to be entertained. That's why you're going to a Cowboys game. You're
Like
going
what
to
you
be
said.
entertained by Ezekiel Elliott and C.D. Lamb and Tony Pollard
Nigga said
and
not too long ago they're the most profitable team in the goddamn sports.
entertainment, my guy. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna give him another one. Jerry Buss, the great Dr. Jerry Buss. What did Jerry Buss do when he bought the Lakers? We gonna make this shit entertaining. We gonna hire some dancers led by the great Paula Abdul to dance during timeouts and halftime so the people in the crowd can be entertained. We're going to play a style of basketball that's entertaining.
Showtime.
And we're going to call it Showtime. We're going to draft this 6'9" point guard out of Michigan State because we know what he's going to bring to the table, which is what I'm looking for, entertainment, not therapy. You're not going to a basketball game to lay on somebody's couch. You're not going to a football game to lay on
When I
somebody's
said
couch.
therapy, maybe I should have used a different word. It's therapeutic for me because it's like an escape from reality.
Okay, I
Because I
understand
play
that.
sports
I
and I love
understand.
sports.
Okay, I get
I'm
that.
not entertained by it. I'm like really actually like
I get
looking
that.
at it from a different perspective.
Listen to me. I tell everybody in the world, they ask me, Joe, what's your stress reliever? Sports. That is my stress reliever. When something is stressing me out, I turn on some sports. But you know why I can relieve stress doing sports? Because sports entertains me.
Okay, I'm gonna use an example. I know this is off subject, right? I don't watch American Ninja Warrior because it's entertaining. I watch it because I like to work out. So it's different. It's not entertaining. It's like, oh shit, I can
but
get out there and do that shit too.
It's different, but sports is entertaining. It's not.
I never have watched sports because it's entertainment. I don't think they should make it like they've catered this shit to the fans.
What?
Changing the rules and shit like that. Like, I miss the
would have
days
no
of the
stadium,
New
man.
York Knicks when the
Hold
games
up,
was
man.
88, 85. I missed that.
Fam.
Because that was real basketball to me.
Fam, they wouldn't have no.
Nobody
stadium.
playing defense
They
no
wouldn't be
more.
playing in the stadium
Nobody
with
playing for the
seats.
love no more.
They would just be playing in the gym with no seats. Sports is not meant to
What
be
you
entertaining,
talking
bro.
about,
I don't
man?
get it. Do you know why sports make so much money? Because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
You know why people want to? A lot of kids.
What was wrong with the era of basketball we grew up on? Yeah, some of the shit may have been over the top, some of the shit guys was doing. But the style to play, what was wrong with it? That's the way the game of basketball has been played for years.
they were
All of a sudden,
entertaining.
People were
they took the hand check away. That
People
was the
were
first thing.
entertained by that style of basketball.
Yeah, they were. It always.
Nobody's entertained by that style of basketball anymore.
But that's real basketball.
It ain't about whether it's real basketball or not. Sports is made to be profitable.
Right.
When David Stern took over the NBA, he
Why
said,
you
"I
got
want to make
this
the
on
game
your- why you got-
profitable."
This is my team.
But
is my team.
the
They-
Cowboys,
I watch it,
the
right?
Cowboys,
I may not be to the point of where I made it somewhere, but I'm an athlete.
Bro.
So
that.
I like watching
that
other
got
athletes.
sold to you. The Cowboys
It's
made
not about
money.
the entertainment.
Cowboys
Bro,
made
the
money.
I want to
Cowboys
see
made
the
money
best
off.
team and the
No,
best
Cowboys
players.
made money
not
off.
somebody.
Bro, the
Cowboys-
Cowboys.
I don't want to
money
see.
off of that,
I don't want
though.
to see somebody that the media gets behind, like a Mahomes or a Brady or a Tebow or this guy that they just hype this person up through the heavens.
Let me the Cowboys
hold on.
Just like the Lakers, though.
Hold on.
Answer that question.
No. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick, more in depth here. I'm gonna go back to 2005 NBA Finals, Spurs Pistons. That was real basketball, right?
I loved it.
You loved it.
Every
real
game.
Basketball.
Every game.
Lowest rated NBA Finals ever. Because nobody liked that shit.
I'm not watching it to be entertained. I'm watching it to watch good basketball.
You are one person of...
I'm watching it to watch fundamentals.
You are one person...
I'm watching it to see footwork and skills. I'm watching it to see the game the way Dr. James A. Naismith intended it to be.
So it's intended to be boring? It's intended to be not profitable?
The way Greg Popovich coaches it, and the way the Spurs organization run it, the way sports and basketball is supposed to be.
Adapted.
All that, I'm shooting half-court shots. Look at me dribble, but I'm not going nowhere. I don't give a fuck about that.
I get all that part. But you talking about, we should just move like robots, dump the ball into the post, to dribble, hook shot.
Yes.
That's not entertainment, bro.
Yes.
That's not entertainment. No one's gonna watch the game.
I'm old school.
The NBA would be.
And I'm glad you said that, Greg.
I'm old school. My dad was an older gentleman.
I'm glad you said that.
And
because I'm about to go somewhere.
My views on the sport is different. Like even I'm gonna give you an example. Everything I'm saying right now about the NFL and the NBA, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to dick ride my dad. But when I was a teenager and I used to come home and ask my dad to watch the game with me or shit like that, he would be like, "Nah, son, I can't watch this shit. This shit is soft. This shit is whack. This ain't what I grew up on. This ain't real basketball." And I used to wonder and be like, what the hell are you talking about? But then I got older and I started seeing it. It probably started when he was a younger man about our age, where they profitized and monetizing the game. And that's the reason why the players is the way that they are. And you have Lamar Jackson doing it. It's not for the love no more. So there's not for the love no more on the league's end or the players' end. I watch it for the love, not for the entertainment. I love basketball. I love football.
Let me tell you something, bro.
So at the end of the day, if you're changing the rules up, if you're changing
the day them niggas get a check. I mean, they still love playing basketball, but I'm telling you, they play for the love from the age of 5 all the way to college. Broke as shit.
All this work
I get that.
All this work that these people put in. No, you're missing the bigger grand scheme of things.
The basketball and football is turned into sports entertainment.
Let me ask you a question.
Sports entertainment, which is WWE.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up, bro?
Where was the NBA at before 1979?
Tape delay.
Was it making a profit?
Doing bad.
It was doing bad. So when it was just about the game, it was doing bad, right?
Well,
no. It's a yes. It's a yes or no question.
You're right,
because
you're
I'm going somewhere
but
with
I'm
this.
Tell you why.
Before you say that, no. Before you answer, I'm going somewhere with this. When it was just about the love of the game, no entertainment, the NBA wasn't going anywhere, right? What saved the NBA? I'm gonna test your trivia.
Bird and Magic.
Half of that equation was Magic Johnson. What did Magic Johnson do to save the game? What did he bring to the game that saved it?
He brought a flare.
What did
Bird do to save? It wasn't no flash there. It wasn't no entertainment. It wasn't no substance. It was just basketball. That's why I love Bird.
Yeah, and that's why Magic won more than Bird, right?
I feel it.
Okay, then. That's why the Lakers was the team of the 80s, right? That's why everybody wanted to be a Laker, right?
I feel it.
That's why all the teams, you better go watch John Sally interviews. Whenever the Pistons came to LA, how they couldn't concentrate on the game because of the entertainment that was going on.
Oh, that's the same thing they say about South Beach.
Not because the technique of the game and just the love of the game and just the robotness of the game. No, because of the entertainment. That's what made the game global. The NBA we see today, profitable, is because of entertainment. All these low-rated NBA finals was because there was no entertainment. The casual fan is not going to watch the game.
Who gives a fuck about the casual fan?
The league does.
That's bullshit.
The league does.
They need to bring the hand check back and bring the physicality back.
And then you're going to lose fans.
Like the rules,
you're going to lose
rules and regulations.
And you're going to lose. You're going to lose fans. You're going to lose.
That shit is whack.
You're going to lose fans. You're going to lose money, and you're going to lose the NBA.
It's always about profit.
Yes, it's always about profit. Yes,
it's all about profit and
entertainment.
But if we're putting a diminished product, you're going to lose.
You're going to lose money.
Meaning
You're gonna
we have
lose
to
money.
cut and paste and edit and change rules
You're
for
gonna-
guys to
you're
even
gonna
be
lose-
able to have a job and exist in the league.
You put a diminished product out there, you're gonna lose money. That's what business.
What would
that's
any of these
business,
guys
period.
in the NBA be right
Man,
now if
that's-
it was still hand
That's
checking?
business, period.
If it was still hand checking, where would be any of these guys in the NBA be?
It'd be a boring NBA.
But that's real basketball.
Nobody will watch.
So we watching fake basketball.
You
That's
do
what
real
mean.
basketball behind the scenes. You coach real basketball. But ain't nothing wrong with going out there and entertaining the fans that pay top dollar to come see you.
Why do you think Javante Davis fight sell out? Because they got a whole lot of boxers that's going 12 rounds all the time. You know why they watch these fights? Because 9 out of 10 is going to be a knockout.
It's gonna be a
You know what I'm
knockout.
saying?
They're anticipating the
people who
knockout.
like boxing still could appreciate that, but the
Yep.
majority fan that's in the audience, if they watch a 12-round fight, technically they be booing. They be booing.
Which is why so many people hate Floyd
Would
Mayweather.
you rather see? We don't want to talk about him.
But it's the truth.
Would you rather see skill or would you see entertainment?
I want to see both.
I want to see both.
I want to see both.
That's why Barry Sanders was like one of the greatest running backs.
That's why he's my favorite running back.
Because it was
It was that anticipation that he was exactly. It was that anticipation that he's gonna make the runs and all that,
That's
but
why I think
also
about this.
he gonna have a moment where he gonna juke the hell out of somebody out their shoes.
Is the greatest power forward of all time.
Y'all say that.
He-
When I
to
think
me,
about the greatest
listen,
running backs,
here
I
we
think
go.
about Eric Dickerson. I think about Walter Payton. I think about O.J.
You ain't never
Simpson.
seen
I
none
think
of
about
these
Jim
guys play.
Brown. I
All
don't
these
think
niggas
about no
don't
Barry
know.
You
Sanders.
ain't never watched
A
Jim
A
Brown.
guy who they
You
never
ain't never
even used
watched
to
Jim
leave in on goal
Brown.
line.
You ain't
You're
never
talking
watched
about
Walter
people that
Payton.
you never
You ain't
seen
never watched
physically
O.J.
watch in your
Simpson.
life.
You ain't never watched none of those guys play live. You watched Barry Sanders play live.
You be talking
Cut
about
it
some
out.
niggas that you
Cut
never
that
seen
shit
a
out,
day ever.
man.
I can see if you was 60 years old saying this.
What the hell are you
all
talking about?
40. Nigga,
You
like,
never
for
seen
real.
Eric Dickerson play?
I didn't say. You
You
notice how
never
they
seen Walter Payton play live?
No,
No, man.
I never saw him play live. I seen Eric Dickerson play live. Not
When
Walter,
did Walter
Payton.
Payton retire?
In the mid '80s, maybe. Let me.
We was like 4. So you weren't watching the NFL when we was 4?
No. The first sport I started watching was basketball, and I was 5.
I used to watch TV a lot with my dad, so I remember
You don't
watching
remember
a lot
Walter
of those
Payton.
older players.
You
bro.
don't remember
You
Walter
don't remember
Payton.
it, though?
You do not remember
You
Walter
remember
Payton.
watching it, but do you remember
You
the
missed
games?
me
Some
with
people
that.
don't
You do
fit.
not remember Walter Payton.
Bro, sports is entertaining, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Think about this. Even if you don't agree, Tip Duncan to me is the greatest power forward of all times. But
I
guess
agree.
what? But he don't get put on a lot of people's lists because he wasn't entertaining.
Not at
but
all.
If you watch,
Not at
okay,
all.
It's work.
But
It's a
But
job.
he is the greatest power forward of all time.
Yeah.
But like he said, the reason why he don't get the love that everybody else get is because Tim Duncan was not an entertaining player.
So you saying a person could be boo-boo and have
I
some
ain't
flair?
saying-
No,
and-
that's not what we
I
said.
ain't gonna say
That's
boo-boo.
not what
I'm
we
gonna say
said. That's
mediocre or
that's-
middle of the pack.
That's not
but
what
because
we're-
he got
No,
flair and he's
that's not-
entertaining.
that's not what we're
Mediocre either.
saying.
We didn't say mediocre either.
Great,
We said entertaining.
great players, great players.
But if you got
Great.
flair and charisma, that don't make you great.
No, it make you entertaining. What the average person is, bro. The average person who watches sports is a casual fan, bro.
Yeah, they
That's
not-
why
they-
sports
What do
make
you?
so much money.
Okay, what do you
The
mean?
sports
So
people-
you saying it's
but
not
like
it's not
a
guys
casual-
like us there's athletes or used to or
They-
weekend
they're
warriors.
not
The casual fan,
That's
bro.
not
the
casual.
casual-
People a lot of people that watch sports is people that play sports.
No, that's not true.
not true.
That's not true. A lot of people that watch sports are casual fans.
Yeah.
Everybody is not him.
Why do you keep,
and me?
If you're a
We
casual
played.
fan, you don't know shit about basketball. So
My
what are you
point
watching this
exactly.
for?
So you want to be entertained. You're making our point.
So you tell me at the Super Bowl parties, all the people at the Super Bowl parties and pay attention to the Super Bowl?
Niggas ain't fucking
Hey, most
real.
of the Super Bowl parties I went to, unless it's the women, and there's some women as fans too. So
Yeah.
There is women that
Like,
fan, but
I'm
like you
watching-
said, majority of the people
I don't
that
give a
watch
fuck about the halftime show. I don't give a fuck about the cheerleaders.
Why don't-
I'm watching the
you.
game for the
That's
game.
you.
People don't care.
That's you. Everybody else do.
How you doing, well?
You seriously think nobody cared about the halftime show last year? That was like the best halftime show since what? Whitney Houston or Michael Jackson? Everybody cared about
Somebody
that
said-
halftime
a lot
show.
of people say
Especially, ever. Arguably
you know
ever.
what?
We
Hey,
in
you know
LA
what?
and we
The
got
best-
Dre
hey,
and
I
Snoop
know
and 50
y'all
and
might
Eminem and
disagree.
Kendrick and Mary
The
J.
best halftime show I've seen was the one that Prince did.
Prince, another
That
one.
was great.
That was great.
No lie.
Arguably the best halftime show ever.
Yeah.
Prince, Michael,
Entertainment.
Whitney
You
Houston,
watched it.
and the
Now
one
you
last
know
year.
Prince
You
before,
watched
you
it for
didn't watch it.
entertainment.
You just said you
You didn't
watch.
watch-
I
you didn't
don't
watch
care
it-
about it.
you
but
didn't
I'm
watch
saying,
it because
if
you
I'm gonna-
wanted-
If I'm gonna sit there and watch it,
This nigga didn't watch the halftime show because he wanted to analyze Prince's vocal cords.
Right.
You watched it for the entertainment.
Right.
I'm not a fan of Prince because I'm entertained.
Oh my
I'm a
God.
fan of Prince because he makes good music. He produces good music.
My nigga, music is entertainment.
Music is entertainment, fan.
What are you talking about?
If it's not good music, I don't want to hear it.
That's why they got a lot of niggas who got a whole lot of lyrics that don't sell shit. Because
I know we had this discussion
Because
a long time ago.
lyricism don't
Battle
sell.
rappers.
Lyricism don't sell. We all in this room
if
can.
you know how to balance lyricism with entertainment,
We all in this room and
Woo!
listen.
you know
Hey,
who did it really
hey,
good? I give
All
it.
right, is J. Cole entertaining?
Hold
Wait.
that thought.
Is J. Cole
Hold that
entertaining?
thought, hold that thought, hold that
'Cause
thought.
I've seen him live. Other
Hold-
people may not feel he's
Hold
so
that thought.
entertaining,
Hold
but his
that thought.
bars is great.
Hold that thought. Shout out to the Formula Music Podcast. We're gonna talk about this on that podcast, but I'm gonna say this real quick before you answer that question. Jadakiss should be bigger than what he is.
Yeah. It's
But
my
why-
favorite, one of my favorite rappers.
But why?
I ain't gonna say my
but why,
favorite,
but
but
why isn't he? This man said it the other day.
I'm gonna tell you why. Outside of what me and you just discussed years
I
ago.
was there.
No, years ago, me and him had a conversation. We was talking about Fab, Jadakiss, and a lot of. He was like,
Fab know how
these
to
niggas
make-
got bars.
No, but Fabulous know how to make music.
I'm talking about like 10 years ago, bro. You was like,
No,
them
Fab-
niggas got bars, but they can't make a song.
No,
That's what you were saying.
Fabulous know how to make a song.
Because Fab had hits.
Fab got bunch of hits. A
You
bunch
said
of
Jada
hits.
though, for
I
sure.
did. I did.
No, Jada is better lyrically, but
Yeah.
Fab make better music.
Yeah. And it's
When they did that verses, Fab had songs that were better than Jadakiss's songs. But if we want to analyze the lyrics, Jadakiss songs are better.
Jadakiss on the song.
That nigga Jadakiss shut down the whole verses. He shut down the whole verses.
Yeah,
When they
man.
was, huh?
Listen to No More Drama song.
I remember that.
These niggas talking about selling dope and pop it. Nigga, what that have to do with No More Drama, nigga? Just really listen to the verse on that. And you really be like, man, Jay,
Like, what are you talking about,
What?
Jada? Like, let's take the song for that.
Yeah, it ain't, bro.
Take the song
it gotta
for
be
that.
entertaining, bro. It has to be, bro.
Entertainment matters when it comes to sports.
Think
Sports
about
and
this.
entertainment.
Exhibit.
It goes
Zippy got with Dr. Dre, left the underground.
took off.
Mixed lyricism with entertainment, and what happened?
Took off.
The game. Lyricisms with G Unit, and they polished that.
Took off.
Entertainment.
Hey, he
Took
should have
off.
been at the halftime show.
50 Cent. The Ghetto Quran. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Dr. Dre.
Still
and
great.
Eminem.
But hey,
Still
wait.
great. Still great.
The
But
music he made with QB was great too.
no, I said still great.
Was that Ghetto Quran?
But yeah, Ghetto Quran.
That was
Guess
Ghetto,
what?
the Power of Daughter
But
album.
Get Rich or Die Trying, worldwide, 50 Cent ain't got
One of the greatest hip hop albums of all
never in
time.
his life. He just was traveling all the way across the world a couple of months ago off that same goddamn
The same album.
because he is entertaining and shit.
Entertainment. People
And
go
it's
to
good.
people
And
go
it's good.
people
I'm
go to
just saying,
concerts
though.
for
You can't
entertainment.
Say, you can't
people,
say it don't stay
people-
true to hip hop. It's that's why 50 Cent was the great artist in between. It was true to hip hop and it was entertaining as fuck.
Yep.
The first album. But like
No,
but
you
like
talking about
Jada said,
you talking about Get
you
Rich
got
or Die
shot
Trying.
you got shot 9 times. Now what's your second album about?
His second album went super platinum.
Straight buzz, garbage. I use it as
That
a
shit
weed
was-
The
plate.
Massacre went 5 times
That shit was
platinum.
not garbage either.
That
Okay,
album
guess
was not
what?
garbage.
The Massacre,
His third album was garbage.
The Massacre
Curtis
was
trash.
okay. I done moved this nigga out the way. Now I'm gonna do what he do.
The Massacre
and
went
I don't
5
even do it better than him.
The Massacre went 5 times platinum.
I feel it.
But sports is entertainment, fan.
How? What? The skill, bro. The skill.
Yeah, it matters. You gotta have skill.
A fan
Yo,
that
do you have to have skill to make it to the professional level of any sport?
do I have the skill?
Do you have to have skill? Do the person have to have skill to make it to the pros?
You
Yeah.
you gotta have the skill. Yeah,
So they're all
definitely.
skilled.
You have to have the skill.
Yeah, you have the skill.
Uh-huh.
The entertainment just bring it over the top, bro. It's the yin and the yang.
Like it go hand in hand. Today's NBA, you can't do one without the other. You can have all the skill in the world, but
Yeah.
you play like the fans come to see to be entertained.
That's why WNBA don't make no money.
They don't come to see skill.
Cause that shit ain't entertaining at all. It's all skill.
Like you
Ain't
go
no
out,
dunking,
you go out and play.
ain't no
that's like
dunking.
the All-Star game.
Look, the WNBA.
That's like the all.
It shows you definitely a perfect example of skill.
It's not.
And no, even women don't watch that shit.
a real fan will watch the WNBA for
Right.
the skill.
Right.
But people that watch WNBA, they want to be entertained.
You know why I watch
it's like
basketball?
the All-Star game.
I don't even see women. I watch it because I love basketball. For
But
the love.
you're not a casual
How many
fan.
WNBA games you go to?
I'm not. I don't.
And
How many NBA games I go to? What the hell?
I've been to a bunch of WNBA
So
games.
watch
I've been to a bunch of
WNBA
Sparks
games?
games.
I catch it. I ain't gonna say I just watch it. I watch it. Just like I watch G League games too.
No, why you don't watch like WNBA games?
Because might be watching something else.
No, because it's not entertaining to you.
Man.
It's not entertaining to
Bro.
you.
Skill.
I used to watch Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Rebecca Lobo, all that, bro.
But you
I ain't
just-
gonna lie. As I got older, I stopped watching it as those players
Because
I didn't
it's
know
not,
some of the players that was coming
because
in.
it's not entertaining to
Entertaining,
you.
bro. That
I've
shit
been
is
to a
skill.
bunch of Sparks games. It's actually more entertaining than you think.
They can't dunk.
But
I'm
they
just
can't.
telling
They
you.
can't dunk.
Who give a fuck about a
They dunk with a
dunk?
bunch of layups.
Steve Smith was great.
The casual fan gives a fuck about a
Steve
dunk.
Steve Smith couldn't dunk, but he was a good player for his
But he
time.
played on somebody who's
Steve Smith.
Smitty.
Smitty couldn't dunk. You better go back and watch his
Why you
highlights.
think? Look, I'm talking about after the Achilles. Why you think he got that segment? Smitty's under the rim.
He was doing that before the Achilles injury.
Yeah, bro. You gotta have entertainment.
Man, all I'm saying is that, you know, and I'm not saying this is a knock on y'all. Your parents, younger. My dad would be going on 79 years old this 15 days.
What that mean?
So with that being said, I have a little bit more of an old school way of looking at shit, and the way that shit was, it's just like these flat screen TVs,
No,
bro. It wasn't nothing wrong with the TVs. That it's like a nigga buying an iPhone 12,
the problem
and
is
then
you
they
don't-
add an extra one button on the iPhone
the
13,
problem is
and all
you
you
don't-
niggas go out there and buy
the
that phone.
problem is you don't believe
what
in
was wrong with the
evolution, bro.
iPhone 12 for them to need to make another
The
version
problem
of it?
is you don't believe in evolution, man. Things change
Yeah,
with
that's the
time.
truth, bro.
Things change with
Not
time.
for the better.
You a Betamax.
Yeah, I'll be that.
Hey, we gonna end it right there. This is guy, man.
Hey, I'm an
man.
8-track and a Betamax.
Hey, man,
Give me my VHS.
We not in 1984 no more, bro. We in 2023, man. Evolve with the time. Listen, hey, shout out to all the people that don't make this possible. Recess LR, you know what I'm saying? You know what they do.
Recess LR. We want to give a shout out to Leslie Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see whatever registration you need, ownership title changes, we got that for you over here too.
Mm-hmm. We told you about all the podcasts that's coming up. The Formula One. I keep saying Formula One. Formula Music podcast.
Punch Kings podcast.
Punch Out
Out
Kings.
Kings.
Yeah.
Punch Out Kings coming up. What's the other one?
And Heads and Tails.
Heads and Tails podcast. All that's coming on the horizon in the new digs.
Exclusive TV.
Exclusive TV. Check us out. We about to raise.
Set gonna keep getting better every week.
Set gonna keep getting better every week. We
Trust
got
me.
some stuff coming.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't doing nothing but moving forward. So y'all fuck with us. Big Steel Podcast. We about to roll. More football coming next week because the playoffs is going. I got one last thing to say. If the Cowboys don't win Monday night, oh, y'all not gonna hear the end of this. That's
Signing
all
off,
I'ma
truly
say.
yours.
That's all I'm gonna say. We
It's
gonna
okay.
holler.
Yeah.